I'm in Istanbul, Turkey. The city is a captivating blend of contrasts. It effortlessly embodies modernity and antiquity.
This mosque was built in 1473.
A spiritual country founded by a secular leader. Straddling the divide between two continents bestows upon it the characteristics of both the East and the West.
I am right between Europe and Asia.
I spent a day here to observe the interplay among these contrasting elements, which define a truly fascinating metropolis. Let's start with the modern. With about 200 million passengers per year, the brand new Istanbul airport is one of the world's busiest terminals. However, when travelers step out of the building and hit the bustling streets of this metropolis, it could take them up to an hour and a half to reach the city center. In January 2023, a brand new airport metro was opened, reducing the travel time to just 24 minutes. We met Mr. Wei Gongyi, who is the service center chief of this line, as all the trains are supplied by a Chinese company.
这地方呢是它的就是机场线的1期工程，那么总共这里面的长度呢，它是34公里。
The line has over 1 million kilometers of smooth operation on the record, with the last time a safety concern was triggered was during a major earthquake in southeast Turkey in February 2023.
应该说15分钟之内，我们就把我们的这个现场的这个团队啊，就调到了现场，对车辆进行了一个检查。所以最终发现我们的结果呢，列车的是确定是安全的。这个时候我们才非常的放心。
Although Istanbul was not directly affected, its airports served as important transit hubs for disaster relief personnel and materials. Upon arriving at the city center, Wei suggested giving us a tour.
你们下车的那个地方就是一个新机场，它分一个亚洲区有个机场，有欧洲区有个机场。
The new Istanbul airport, situated on the European side of the city, was opened in 2019. It undoubtedly stands at one of the Turkish government's most ambitious projects under a massive infrastructure boom in the country during the past decade. That's also what makes Mr. Wei's job at the new airport so important. Apart from the new developments, it's also the allure of the old that draws visitors from around the world to Istanbul.
Hello.
We have arrived at the historic city center.
So this is Istanbul. So many cats.
There are an estimated several 100,000 stray cats in Istanbul. Many of them are quite friendly towards people.
伊斯坦布尔最古老、最核心的，他们认为最有文化的地方就是这里。
Istanbul is said to have been built on 7 hills, on which thousands of years of history unfolded. We walked through several sloping paths to see a relic that harks back to the city's former name, Constantinople. Before being conquered by Muslims, this city used to be the heart of the Eastern Roman Empire.
An ancient Egyptian obelisk moved here by Constantine the Great. This is as Roman as it gets.
Just across from it
这里就是蓝色清真寺了。
stands a colossal testament to the city's historic conquest by the Islamic Ottomans in 1453, the year that marked the end of Constantinople and the beginning of Istanbul. And the city is so vibrant, adorned with an array of vivid colors, aromas, and textures that bring it to life.
This is everywhere in Istanbul. Nazar, the evil eye amulet.
And to add to a more complete Istanbul experience, You've probably seen videos where people get teased by these ice cream sellers. I decided to subject myself to this renowned theatrics.
I'm so confused. Please. For your amusement and mine.
Mr. Wei and I then went to take a break and relax at a coffee shop.
İkramımız da var.
这个是免费的，他说送给我们的啊，他说您过来了，他送这个。
Turkish delight.
这是软糖，求个啥的生，啥的生。
魏老师，您的土耳其语说得很好啊。
做社会服务工作嘛，是吧？面对的是最直接的业主。如果我的语言不过关，我不能够把我内心的想要表达的意思、想要表达技术完美的展现出来的话，那就会出问题。今天我们点的这个是纯的咖啡啊，土耳其人啊一直以他的这个土耳其咖啡以为他们的一种骄傲，他认为是最有名的咖啡。
Turkish coffee is a strong drink with coffee grounds mixed in. I've had the pleasure of experiencing it multiple times throughout my journeys in Arab countries. It's a taste I continually find myself drawn to. To offset some of the bitterness, the coffee goes with these local desserts that also have Turkish in their name.
那我们试一下这个软糖，
请您试一下，
试一下什么味道？里面还有一颗花生一样的东西。
应该是叫做土耳其的一个榛子。
The candies are a popular souvenir, which is why we came to this over 300 years old Egyptian bazaar, also known as the spice market.
Oh, the spices.
Here, a giant picture of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, the founding father of modern secular Turkey, who played a crucial role in ending the Ottoman Empire, is prominently hung.
你好吗？
你好。
Excuse me.
先生，
You are my
兄妹有个
兄弟。
兄妹在北京。
It's hard to avoid spending money in Istanbul, as Turkish shopkeepers are all natural salesmen.
Hello, sir. Do you want to taste original, fresh, traditional, delicious baklavas? Classic pistachio, classic walnut, small slice of pistachio milk cream. If I trust my production, I can sell everything.
I'm sure you can.
Thank you. Where from?
China.
你好.
He's got me. I can't not buy one.
After shopping, we went to visit the highlight of my trip to Istanbul. Perhaps nothing else encapsulates the complexity of this country quite like Hagia Sophia. For nearly a millennium after its construction as a basilica by the Eastern Roman Empire in the 6th century, Hagia Sophia served as the center of Eastern Orthodox Christianity. After the Ottoman conquest, it was converted into a mosque and remained so for several centuries.
Can you talk about the architectural marvel of the Hagia Sophia?
Yes, since the time it has been built, like 1500 years, it has gone through a lot of earthquakes and everything. After the Turkish conquest, the Ottomans repaired and made some additions to the buildings, like these large minarets. Yeah, and after these repairs, it has never collapsed again. So we have to thank the Ottomans to preserve this building and bring this heritage to today, actually.
In 1935, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk converted Hagia Sophia into a museum as part of his secularization reforms. However, in 2020, the Turkish government changed its status back into a mosque. This decision sparked heated international debates, especially in Orthodox countries.
while leaders from Greece and Russia also urged Ankara not to go forward with the move.
I'm getting into Hagia Sophia now. You need to take off your shoes before you enter the mosque. Wow.
Like other mosques, the floor is covered with carpets.
They still show a patch of the original floor. Paintings of Christian figures have been covered up. But I see the seraph angel is still here.
Even though these are forbidden in Islamic culture, they were preserved, just gently covered, accepting this monument as a temple of unity.
When news of the reclassification of Hagia Sophia came out, many feared they won't be able to visit this gem of human civilization anymore.
That included me.
Those fears turned out to be unfounded.
Of course, Turkey is a large country with controversies, with a variety of thinkings. So there are, of course, other opinions as well. But the vast majority, of course, is happy about this.
Turkey's unique history and its intricate social dynamics can partly be attributed to its role as a crossroads between East and West. This notion is exemplified most vividly and quite literally by the Bosphorus Strait in Istanbul, a renowned waterway that physically divides the continents of Asia and Europe.
它的从南到北总共全长大概是30公里左右。它是南面是那个马尔马拉海，上面是那个黑海。
魏老师，您背井离乡这么多年，未来的打算是什么？
当然的话呢，我来到这里这么久了，肯定有一天这个公司还有组织肯定还是需要把我调回国内的，是吧？所以在我在回国之前呢，我还是有一个这个小小的愿景，我希望啊，在这里能够带更多的土耳其的徒弟。
The Chinese-Turkish joint company that Wei works for is training more and more local talents, as the new trains for the airport metro are being locally produced. Chinese expertise is playing a role in Turkey's new chapter of development. As I soaked in the breathtaking scenery at the Bosphorus Strait, bathed in the warm afternoon sun, I couldn't help but envy those who live by the river, waking up to this view every single day.
那都是千万级的价格，之前我了解过，对，至少都是800万以上的，我问了，人民币啊，有最贵的说是1.5个亿，我当时也问过他们。
Okay, that's out of the question for me. But if I can't daydream about that, there's still one thing I can do.
I am standing on the Bosphorus River in Istanbul, Turkey. I know everybody who visits Istanbul will say this at some point during their stay, but I am right between Europe and Asia. This is epic.
Next destination, Greece. Just the name of the country evokes a long and illustrious history of a maritime civilization. I traveled to the port city of Piraeus, close to Athens, in search of echoes of the country's ancient past. Also, I was intrigued by a fascinating new chapter of the country's biggest port, in collaboration with China, another ancient civilization half a globe away.
Let's take a trip along the port's over 20 kilometers long of coastline.
And I discovered that what goes on here involves much more than just moving containers. Subscribe for my next journey.